Good morning. It is Sunday, February the 12th. Just working through my final gear check, getting ready to leave on the Hudson Family Foundation Climb for Kids 2012. Had a ton of people ask what we have to bring with us, so I thought I would do a quick videotape of the gear that I'll be taking up the mountain on the climb, and let you know some of the different things that have to squeeze into our backpacks. So to start off, we'll take a look at some of the gloves. There's 4 different pairs of gloves: liners, soft shells, then lined heavyweight gloves, and then also mittens. Temperature up at the summit ranges between 20 below and 2 to 3 degrees, and we'll get even colder obviously with the winds that can get up to 100 miles an hour. If they're blowing 100 miles an hour, we will not be on in that area. So then we've got some of our hats, and you can see a fleece hat. I don't have any hair on my head, so I've got a skull cap a lot of the football players wear, and then 2 different weights of balaclavas. We come over to some fleece wear. I've got fleece pants and a fleece top. And Gore-Tex pants. These are lined heavyweight Gore-Tex rainproof pants called hard shells. Climbing pants. These are lined stretch pants that will allow for the best mobility trying to work our way up the mountain. And then we get into some of the under garments, so the long capilene thermal underwear. I've got 2 different weights of bottoms, and there are 2 bottoms there. And then I've got 3 different tops, again capilene. So you figure 17 days on the mountain, and that's how many times we get to change our underwear, so to say. So I'm not certain that a whole bunch of folks are going to want to join us in the tents for after climb parties. Then we get to our socks. 5 pairs of socks, primarily heavyweight socks, and sock liners. And leaving the clothes, we can come over and take a look at the bathroom. So we've got some blue bags. We're not allowed to leave anything behind. All mountaineers practice leave no trace. So the blue bags will contain our solid human waste, which will be stored at the different camps, and then we will pack it out and carry it out. Toilet paper, wet wipes, and the what looks like a water bottle there will be appropriately marked. It can be stuck in your tents for a long period of time, so that actually is a pee bottle in case we can't get out of the tent to go to the bathroom. Well, to go number 1. I don't know what you do if you can't get out of the tent to go number 2. I'm not going to talk about that either. This is not the exact equipment we'll be taking up to cook with, but it's very similar. MSR stoves and MSR fuel bottles. The only way that we'll be able to drink will be by melting ice and snow, primarily snow. It's easier to dig. So we will be carrying a ton of fuel, 5 climbers and 2 guides for 17 days, 2 hot meals, breakfast and dinner, and then melting everything that we need to drink. Since there'll be no running water, it will all be frozen. We'll have to melt everything. Some miscellaneous tie downs and straps. We take a look at some jackets here. I've got a down parka, a soft shell jacket, and then a hard shell jacket. That's the hard shell that would be rainproof and also windproof. And then I'll have to step way back. This is a sleeping bag. This is the one piece of gear that I had to obtain from my guide. That's a 20 below sleeping bag. You can see it's pretty big. It's actually huge. And then we come down and take a look at some pads. Need 2 pads, a self-inflating pad and then a foam pad. You want to get yourself as high up off the frozen ground as you can while you're sleeping, and also kind of a backup. Those self-inflating pads can pop, and if you can't reinflate it, you're in a little bit of trouble. We take a look at some of the miscellaneous bits and pieces. We've got spare batteries, suntan lotion, suntan lotion. You call it sunscreen. We're not going to be tanning much. We're going to be screening ourselves from some pretty substantial rays. And then I've got different types of medications here, featuring my M-Drive vitamins. Love those things. Wouldn't go up the mountain without them. I've got some Cipro in case I get an intestinal infection from drinking some of the water. And then also lots of over-the-counter pain relievers. And then also tape ace bandages, some biofreeze lotion to be able to relieve some of the soreness, moleskin blister tabs, and such. We're up here on some of the electronic items. I've got my Nook back there. I'm in a power nightmare up there. There'll be no way to charge a camera on Summit Day if it runs out, so I've got a solar panel, backup rechargeable batteries. One of my very good friends with SKC provided me with a 75-watt battery, so we'll all be able to charge, I think, about 10 or 12 full charges off of that by bringing it, so additional battery backup. I've got some goggles, heavy winds and snows, glacier glasses, and camera, backup memory stick or 8 gig card, battery backup for the camera as well. There's the spot detector. That's what everybody will be tracking as we go up the mountain on the website. A multi-tool and knife, and my watch, which includes barometric pressure. And then to kind of come back and take a look at one of the most important things that ever goes up the mountain with me. It's a picture of my family that I've held on either on the summit or the high point of every mountain I've ever climbed. The kids have grown up quite a bit from that picture, but it's become extremely special. My Bible, in case all the batteries run out and I can't use my Nook. I'll certainly find inspiration there, and my pocket cross, thanks Papa, and also a St. Bernard medal given to me by a dear friend. And we can come over here. There's a bowl and cup and spoon, water bottles. Those will remain full. If I'm not drinking them, I'll be filling them. Some different types of engineered food. Can't buy this in Argentina, so different power shots and goo, protein bars, pretty much anything that's not chocolate coated. We have to hike through the high desert, and we don't want that to get a little messed up. And then we come over and take a look at some of the sharps that we need to bring. I'll have my trekking poles, obviously ice axe, and you can see on the trekking poles there's athletic tape and also black duct tape wrapped around them. The duct tape is really what our blister care revolves around. You start getting hot spots on your feet, you're going to duct tape them, and probably not really move that duct tape until we're done climbing. Got my climbing helmet, and you can see my family proudly displayed on the back of my climbing helmet. Some of you folks put that on your cars. I don't know why you do that. I thought it was made for helmets. And then climbing harness with carabiners and prusiks. You use those to get yourself out of crevasses if you fall in. Not quite certain of our route and how necessary or how often we'll be able to use or need to use these items, but we'll also use them when we're exposed if there's any rock scrambles. The boots, these are the boots that we'll be wearing nearly the entire climb. We'll have some hiking boots on the trek in, 3 days of trekking into base camp, and then crampons. That's what keeps our feet firmly planted on the snow and ice. Gaiters keep our boots from filling up, and down booties for the days in camp to keep my feet from freezing. And then obviously where we started, back to the summit flag. That flag will fly up on the summit of Aconcagua, and you can see it's signed by Tim Hudson, and we will be giving out these flags, all originally signed by Tim, to anybody that donates $500 or more. And then here's an interesting thing that will go in my pack that'll get a little bit heavy. These are 2 bats that I will hold up on the summit, making the cross, which is in fact the symbol that the Hudson Family Foundation uses in their logo. So it looks very peaceful in a nice grassy field with their kids there. It will be up on a sub-zero mountaintop hopefully in about 2 weeks or so. All of this gear, everything that I just showed you, this is kind of crazy, but that all fits into the last item that we're going to look at, which is my backpack. So yes, everything that we just went through will be jammed, compressed, stuffed into that pack. It's a huge pack. It expands, and now you can see why we need to be able to carry in excess of 70 or 80 pounds as we work our way up the mountain. So that's it. Took about 10 minutes to tell you what's going into my pack. It'll take us about 17 days to go ahead and climb this incredible mountain. I will keep everybody posted with the spot detection. Please pray for the safety of the climbers. Most of all, pray for the children that we all so passionately want to help, care for, and love. God bless, and I will see everybody soon.